How you going, guys? It's been a while since I've done one of these, eh? It's been a long while. Oh, I remember how to do it, how to set it up. Oh, no. Yeah. While I'm setting this up, we were out at P.D.R yesterday. Okay, back out here. We've got the excavator earth mover coming out, and we're going to fill this up before they go any higher. Give you a look at these tie-ins. Help secure this wall from being pushed over. Okay, a whole heap of rebar in there, all tied in to these. We're going to scrape the top off this block over here between our house and the temple, because it's just a heap of those bloody tamarind shoots that are coming up, a whole heap of weed, thorns. It's just garbage, can't grow anything in there. So we're going to scrape the top off that, and to fill all of this, then we're going to import some better soil so we can grow a lawn over there. Eddie can grow some shit in it if he likes, but I think all this gravel, put that in first so it helps with drainage against that wall. As I pointed out in the last video, that there is drainage holes right along the bottom of that wall. Kind of knows what he's doing, eh? Yeah. The deck of it's seen better days, hasn't it? Not many timbers left up on there. Just like that. Freaking easy peasy. There we go. How's that mic working? Well, should work all right. It's not too noisy, but got an air conditioner there. Just wanted to cut that out a bit. Some questions, guys. The last time I done one of these videos, seriously had to think about it, and I don't think it's been since I announced that we got custody of Neenee. Can't remember the last talking head video I've done. Is that right? Yeah, it's moving. Very good. Good on ya. Righto. Some questions. Have had a few questions lately. Haven't been able to keep up with the comments of late. We have been super busy, guys. We have. So apologies. You know, over the years I've always tried to answer those wanting to know things, you know, and just thanking you for the comments, because it does help a lot. The thumbs up and comments is what pushes the channel, and even more so these days, you know, it's really hard to get a channel to grow, gain traction. You know, it's just getting harder and harder all the time with how the algorithm is, and especially all the bloody AI filling up the platform with a lot of garbage shit It's not what we're here for, Todd. I'll read that one last. Vang Mua. Todd, why didn't you just bring in loads of dirt and build up the ground to the same level as your backyard and then build a piss-off fence on top of it instead of trenching, building up the wall with blocks, then backfill? Could have just filled the entire trench, question mark. I didn't know if you looked into that and see if it was cheaper or not. The reason we actually dug down, backstory on that block and where that fence is going, it's a natural culvert. In the rainy season, the wet season, that is like a small creek. That is where the village water in our part of the village escapes the road and down into the river. It flows down in there. Why we dug it out was to get to stable ground and build on that. For a wall like that, you know, the amount of soil we would have had to have imported to build both blocks up to ground level, well, the neighbour's block, and it's the neighbour's block, and it is a ravine. The amount of soil it would have taken to build that up is out of the question. You know, it's just going to get washed away into the river come the rainy season. Plus, the main thing is you can't go building a fence, a big piss-off fence, on unstable soil. We've gotten down, you know, got rid of some of that rubbish and building rubble and that, so we've got a solid base to build it on. You know, and yeah, granted, half that fence you see now is just going to be backfilled, but it's going to be solid. The first rainy season, if we had built on top of it, the land would have subsided, sunk, and our wall possibly gone over with it. Starting to take shape and give you an idea of what it's going to be like. A big trunk of a tree, but it's all rotted and that. We don't want to use it as fill or anything up there. It's going to take us too long to burn and get rid of, so push it down here and we'll burn it down here on the riverbank. Bloody fire ants all through that log. Oh, fuck. But let's go to the gym, hey? I was going to ride, but since you demanded to come, we're going to drive. There's no way you're riding on the streets here, girl.
No, Todd!
It come in, did it?
Yeah, because you just tell me, open, 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 and I tell no, shut in.
Look at that. We might be in for some more mango rain, girl.
Yeah.
That'd be alright, eh?
Yep.
You like rain, like me?
Yep.
Yep, it's good. Okay. 200 kilo this holds. Today, how much? Don't know.
My boss order. My boss order.
Boss ordered, okay. That's exactly what we need. Thank you very much. Cop J. Yeah. Water, okay. That trolley you just seen, guys, from Lasada, it's exactly what we want for young Ye up in the mountains, a young Hmong kid. We were going to build one, but his boss bought it for him through Lasada. Holds up to 200 kilogram. The top of it is plastic, but holds 200. I'll have to check out on Lasada. Terry Murphy, you were asking me how much they are. Check out Lasada, Thailand. They can bring them over here. Jim and Harriet, how you doing, guys? How you doing? Mina's English is so good. Harriet and I have been watching your videos almost from the beginning. We've seen the remarkable changes. Todd, do you think for better or worse? What they're talking about there is a couple of videos ago when I showed you around the neighbourhood and how it has changed, this neighbourhood, from just our house being the only one here and just rice fields either side. Do I think for better or worse? It was so peaceful back then. But we've got a brand new road now. You know, it would have cost us a fortune to put that in by ourselves, you know, and neighbours and that. It's like anything, it's going to grow, isn't it? You know, it is still a good neighbourhood. It was beautiful back then when we did have the area to ourselves. So there's both pros and cons to it, you know. Every wet season, and not even just the wet season, the dry season, much less dust inside the house now because of this road. Much less mud will be brought into our driveway because of the concrete road. So, yeah, a lot of houses in here now, but it's still good. It's still a nice neighbourhood. Like the commenter below, why is the restaurant not open? Is Neenee doing okay? We haven't seen her doing her own videos lately. We miss her. Hope all are doing well. Well, the first one there, why is the restaurant not open? That was also a question by 1960 Tiffany. What happened to the restaurant next door? After all that work they put into it, the leasees, the tenants in there. They just never kept up with the advertising. What a lot of you guys did not see, or maybe did not know, was every day when we had the restaurant, Neenee would be putting up fresh photos, fresh video, advertising, you know, showing the menu, the cost, just smashing Facebook with it. You know, she had over 34,000 followers on the, what was it called, Buffet Seafood, Lao Buffet Seafood, that just followed it, you know. And she, whenever those people would look on Facebook, it was in their face all the time. It kept reminding them. They just weren't as vigilant at it here, you know, and just thought running a bar, restaurant, you know, it'd be word of mouth. It doesn't work that way here. You know, you have to be, Facebook is a big part of advertising in the Lao community. You know, a lot of businesses, most businesses do use it here. It is huge here. And yeah, it's just dwindled down. Neenee was helping them at the start, but they wanted to take over with the advertising and that, and then just got blasé about it and never done it, and they are just living in it now. It's just a residence, so it's closed down. You'll find most rent in Laos is paid up in advance. When they moved in, they paid a year in advance. They have to give us 3 months before that term is up to let us know whether they're going to be staying or not. And we got a feeling they will be. They're waiting on somebody else to come from, you know, Neenee said maybe somebody else to come in and do another business there. If not, we'll just advertise it for lease again for somebody else to do business there, or they can continue. But our rent's paid, so. Neenee is well, her channel. Let me have a drink. As you guys have no doubt noticed, Neenee hasn't been doing videos of late. She is super busy. She's always been a busy woman. There's my life here in Laos. I'm retired, but I do YouTube videos, and that is like a full-time job to me. I'm working 5, sometimes even on the weekends still, to get these videos up and going. Neenee was the same, but I've got nothing else in my life. I am retired. That keeps it busy, and I like that routine. Neenee's still got her family here. Being one of the eldest, she's like the matriarch in the family now, and being the businesswoman of the family look up to her. Whenever there's problems and that, they will come to her. She's looking after her mother now, plus alone with her business dealings, her land and property and things like that. There's things she wants to do with that, and the channel has just taken a back seat as it is now. So she hasn't stopped completely, but it's just not on her mind at the moment. When you're doing a video, it's not something, well, I've found, and I was talking to Neenee about it also, it's not something you can just do for an hour each day and put it aside and then go do something else. I'd wake up of a morning some days and Neenee would be at the computer, and she'd still be at that computer when I'm packing up. When I'm finishing, I'm kicking back, about to go to the gym, or just watch some TV or watch some YouTube videos or something, just chilling, relaxing. After putting in a good 6 to 8 hours that I have, she still has, and it's even harder for her because she translates everything into English. It's a Lao speaking channel for her Lao and Thai viewers, but she goes that extra mile to help a lot of the English speaking subscribers and that understand it and keep them engaged also. And it is very time consuming. It is a job, and that was just taking up too much time. Now with her mother here, it's taken a backseat. So she still enjoys it, but it's just not priority at the moment. No doubt she will come back to it one day, but she does have a lot on that she wants to accomplish this year. So.
Oh, thank you.
At least it's going to drain all right through that retaining wall. So much bloody gravel in this.
And when we buy another,
When we import more dirt,
more dirt, we have
we
to
pay then. I was just asking Neenee the price on this thing, because in Australia you'd pay a minimum time for it to be there and then an hourly rate on it, so much an hour. They don't work it out like that here. They work it out by truckload of what you're actually moving, not how long this unit's here for.
Like it's not the same everywhere, but in this place we need to move this land out.
We need to move it. Okay.
That's what they calculate like that.
So we're not.
Another, if they do another work different, they will calculate different.
Right.
Yeah.
But for today, we're getting charged on how many truckloads, because a truck's going to come in, we're going to load all this onto a truck, and he's going to move it over to there and dump it. That one truckload is 400,000 kip, which is about $19. So if there's 10 truckloads there, that's about $190. And then it's the same price to get good soil in here. A full truckload is 400,000 kip, $19. That's what you're charged on. You're not charged on this piece of machinery. You're charged on, for this job, trucks. Which, in a way, is a good thing, because no matter how long they're here, there's only so many amount of trucks. We could get as fussy as hell and want them to level it out, you know, do a really smink job, but it's not filling up many more trucks, you know what I mean? Where if you were paying an hourly rate, it wouldn't be in our best interest to be fussy and be stuffing them around. Not saying we're going to be fussy and stuffing them around, but you know what I mean. They could be here for a couple of hours and accumulate 10 truckloads, or they could be here all afternoon and accumulate the same amount. And it costs the same amount. Our Arctic expanse. From what I've gathered, I don't know if he's mentioned it before, I've got a feeling he's a Perth boy from Oz, but he's living up there in the world's freezer, up in the Arctic Circle. G'day, Todd. What are the typical Laos rental periods? Are they usually unfurnished or furnished and connected to public utilities? I'm dead certain that if I was an expat in Laos or Thailand, etc., I would definitely be a S.E.Asia regular. S.E.Asia is that company, that Lao business, that imports Australian goods into Thailand and Laos. And it's a good way to get your anything you wanted imported over here, send. You can share the container with them. It does work out cheaper than it does with Australia Post, things like that. Right, the typical rental periods for a house or apartment, and that is usually about a 12-month lease, mate. And it's just about everyone I know, it's paid up in advance. I've heard of 2-3 year leases, and even up to 5. You can negotiate one of those and pay it up front. That's it. Don't have to worry about anything for the next 5 years. From what I gather, most of the rentals here are furnished. Not all. You'll come across new places that aren't and things like that, but a lot of them do come furnished. With the place we just rented out to the couple down in Vientiane, that still had furniture in it. Probably not everything they wanted, but there is furniture in most of them, where typical in Australia, you'll rent a place and you've got to bring everything in yourself. Is it attached to utilities? Utilities, as far as water and electricity, they're usually all running and going, and when you move in to pay your electricity bill, you can just pay that online through a phone app. You'd get the user code off your landlord and you can just pay through the app there. You just sign into the electrical place, put in the user code, it'll come up how much is owed, and you can just transfer money and pay it whenever it's due, like that. Other utilities, as far as garbage, is separate. You've usually got to pay for that, organise that and pay for it separately. There isn't across the board garbage collection like there is in, no doubt, I gather, the States, but in Australia. Garbage is collected, garbage collection is paid for in your rates throughout Australia, but rates are virtually non-existent here, just a few dollars a year, as I've mentioned in previous videos, under $10. You will find some places that come with even Wi-Fi. That's just part of your rental cost. Like a butcher. Simon Waller of Brizzy, Queensland. Thank you very much, dude. I just picked up those boxes of children's jumpers your mum knitted. So Simon's mum, you're a legend. Thank you very much. They will come very handy. Beautiful little jumpers and cardigans and things for them. We'll be hitting the mountains later this month and we'll be able to sort some kids out then. Thanks again. Much appreciated. Much appreciated, eh? Okay. I'll get to this one. I think it is the last one from Ken. Skip and Ority. How he's doing? Skip and Ority are the people who help us out with the medicinal care packages and came up to Mungkam and helped young Ye out and his family with the fence around their place. We'll be going back up there in a few more weeks to be installing the playground for young Ye. You know, really looking forward to getting away then. Going up there and seeing how he is and that. So, but Ken would like me to address something on here. In his comment, we saw 4 foreigners in the hospital in P.D.R during the past 2 days, all from motorcycle accidents. They were not life-threatening, but 3 were fairly serious. One was a guy that rides motorcycles all the time in Thailand. Last month we helped with the foreigners who were injured on an overnight bus from Vientiane to P.D.R. Please consider a video about safe travelling in Laos. And as he said, you know, one of the guys rides motorcycles all the time in Thailand. But if anybody familiar with both Thailand and Laos, the roads are worlds apart. They are. You know, and the heavy vehicles and slow vehicles that are on the roads here, the heavy vehicles that absolutely stuff the road up. You can't be driving at night here in Laos. You know, we're always trying to get off the road before sunset. Do not even consider it on a motorcycle. You know, I've been following Facebook expat pages, travelling in Laos, backpacking in Laos, foreigners living in Laos, Vientiane social, things like that for years over here. And you'd be surprised how many young travellers, tourists, backpackers will get on those pages and question about where to get a motorbike. I haven't rode, you know, but it should be easy. You know, they're looking, you know, or they can't ride. They're asking other people to take them with them around the Tarkek Loop and places like that on the back of their bike. They're asking people who probably don't even ride much in their own country. You know, a huge amount of the backpackers and that come over here may have had a little bit of experience on motorbikes here and there, but you don't need experience on the scooters to be able to ride them because they're automatic. You just get on it and turn it. It's just like an electric scooter or something like that. So you've got a lot of people that do come over here and jump on them. You don't need a license. You don't need anything like that to be able to hire. You just need your passport. That's it. They don't even ask you for a license. They don't care. And you see it all the time. Backpackers walking around in a sling or their leg bunged up or their head bandaged. And Laos is not a place to learn how to ride a motorbike. Laos is not a place to put your life in the hands of somebody else that's on vacation riding a bike here, you know, that's with little experience. It's amazing how many people would not do this sort of stuff at home, not because of the laws in place, but because of the danger. But when they're over here, all that common sense goes out the window. The amount of backpackers we've passed on the road, you know, even down when we were travelling the loop just last year in the rainy season, it was raining. They had all the gear on, the raincoat and the backpacks and that. and no helmet though, on these bloody roads where you've got these semi-trailers. You know, you come round the corner and they're too wide in front of you. They just push bikes off the road. You know, potholes just spring up out of nowhere. Potholes that will swallow a vehicle, let alone a bike, you know, and there's just gravel and dust on the roads everywhere here. You touch that front brake, you're off. The front end's gone on you. So, Laos, to ride bikes here, you must be an experienced rider. Be careful out there. What you have to consider also too, guys, is, yeah, the hospitals over here aren't as good as in Thailand and the West and things like that. They can fix up somebody banged up in an accident. What you're not taking into consideration of what we're used to in the West is the emergency response time when there is an accident. A lot of these riders are out the middle of bumfuck, far away, you know, half a day from an emergency responder, you know, from an ambulance, a paramedic, anything like that. A lot of the time, these people end up being taken into the hospital in the back of a trailer, in the back of a ute. You know, the locals have to help them out, have to pick them up off the road. That is the critical time between life and death. Up in the mountains, if you come off your bike, yeah, we've got hospitals here that can fix you up. How are you going to get to that hospital? There's no rescue helicopter, and you see how long it does take us to drive around some of these places. 100 kilometres can be a day's trip on some of these mountainous roads. Skip has a good point. You know, they're just seeing too many foreigners banged up in hospitals just through, I was going to say inexperienced riders, but it's through the bad infrastructure here, the bad road conditions, and how other people drive and ride over here that forces bike riders off. And if you're not experienced to be able to keep a bike upright, you're going to end up smashed up.